Most of human history, seeing was one of our strongest forms of evidence. If you saw someone or something happened, you had witnessed it. If you heard a person speak, you knew the person had spoken. If you photographed an event, the photograph could become an evidence. Technology has changed that assumption. Today, we can generate images of events that never happened. We can generate voices of people who never spoke. We can produce videos of people apparently saying things they never said. And increasingly, we can generate scientific-looking materials that may be completely unreliable. This creates a problem much deeper than misinformation. It creates a crisis of provenance. Where did this information come from? Who created it? Was it modified? Was it generated synthetically? Can we verify the chain of evidence? And if we can't answer those questions, what exactly does evidence mean? The World Economic Forum's 2026 Global Risks Reports ranked misinformation and disinformation as the number 2 risk on its 2-year horizon. That ranking is important because misinformation is not simply an annoyance. A society depends upon shared facts. Doctors need reliable evidence. Scientists need reproducible results. Judges need evidence. Investors need trustworthy information. Engineers need accurate measurements. Citizens need reliable information to make decisions. Now imagine a world in which every photograph could be fabricated, every voice could be cloned, every video could be generated, every document could be synthetically produced. The consequence may not be that everyone believes everything. The consequence could be more dangerous. People may stop believing anything. And that is the paradox. Misinformation doesn't necessarily win when people believe the false story. It can also win when people become convicted or convinced that truth itself is impossible to establish. Imagine an election. One candidate releases a video. The opposing side says it's fake. The first side says the denial is fake. Experts disagree, social networks amplify both, millions of people watch the material, and eventually the public reaches a peculiar conclusion. I have no idea whether this is real or not. What is an epistemic crisis? And science is not immune. Imagine, imagine receiving a research paper containing beautiful figures, sophisticated mathematics, and apparently convincing experimental results. What if parts of it were generated? What if the underlying data were synthetic? What if the images were manipulated? What if the references existed but didn't support the claims? The problem is therefore not simply detecting AI-generated content. Detection alone is not enough. We need provenance. We need verifiable chains of evidence, cryptographic signatures, trusted institutional records, reproducible experiments, transparent datasets, independent replication, and strong scientific norms. The future of knowledge may therefore depend less on our ability to generate information and more on our ability to authenticate it. This creates an extraordinary paradox. AI is becoming extraordinarily good at producing plausible information. Therefore, human institutions must become extraordinarily good at establishing trustworthy information. The scientific community has a particularly important role. We should teach researchers not only how to use it, but how to interrogate it. Not only how to generate, but how to verify. Now, not only how to accelerate research, but how to preserve productability. Because the most dangerous sentence in science is not "I don't know," it is "I don't know, but I believe it anyway." The future may therefore require a new hierarchy of evidence. Not "I saw it, but I can verify its provenance." Not "AI generated it, but independent evidence supports it." And not "everyone is saying it, but here is the evidence." In an age of synthetic reality, the most valuable resource may become something that can't be generated cheaply. Trust. And the great question of the coming decade may be, When machines can manufacture convincing reality, how will civilization decide what deserves to be believed? Thank you so much for your presence. Looking forward to see you in the next video.